So in this part, let me give you a little more information related to the file structures at the server side. Yeah. Why we need to know that? Yeah, because if you have some basic knowledge about this part, so then when you work on your project, so you know what you are doing. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, so a lot of hidden things. So you may feel hard to understand a lot of things. Yeah. All right, so let's start. First, I like to talk about file structures at the server side. Yeah. So I like to start with the software installation. Yeah. And here I use the Windows machine. Yeah. For students who use Mac machines, the big picture pretty similar, but you need some details slightly different. Yeah. Here we use Windows machine. To explain. Yeah. All right. Remember that we start with XAMPP installation. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So here I assume everyone has a successful XAMPP installation. Yeah. So the installation location on your C drive, right? Yeah. So C:\XAMPP. So this is the the root directory of your XAMPP installation. Yeah. Then all the software packages in this bundle are installed under this root. Okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So here, yeah, I just want to talk about a few relevant, important folders. Yeah. All right. And there is one subfolder of this XAMPP. So you can see easily Apache. Yeah. So our server, we have a folder Apache. Yeah. Here, all the folder names lowercase. Yeah. And there is another folder called htdocs. Docs, HTML. So that meaning, yeah. Hypertext HTML, HT here. Docs, document. Yeah. So these two folders are directly related to our project programming. Yeah. First, we know the Apache folder, it contains the, everything related to the server. Okay, yeah. Our server related file structure. Yeah, all right. But this htdocs, so here you can see they are parallel. They are in the same level. These two folders, they are in the same level. So they are subdirectories right under the root directory, XAMPP root directory. But actually, this htdocs should be under, yeah. This htdocs should be a subfolder inside Apache. htdocs. So its true location should be inside Apache folder, but why it is moved outside? Yeah, moved outside. So here, you know, the details related to these two folders, you know, actually related to the versions. The versions of your examp. Yeah. For older versions, these two folders both available. Okay, one inside, one outside. The outside one, basically, it's a link of inside. So, do you know the link concept? Link, you know, yeah, concept. Yeah, actually in Unix. So if you have the background of Unix, so there is a soft link concept. Okay, yeah, it means this folder actually just a copy of the link of the inside folder. Yeah, that means the inside folder is a physical one. Okay, so that means the the data stored on the hard disk physically available. Okay, so the inside folder. But the outside one, this one, it's not a physical order. It's just a soft link. Okay, yeah. So it has the folder appearance, but the content inside this soft folder, yeah, so people do not call hard folder. Hard folder is a concrete one. Okay, the soft folder, so actually it's a visual object, but there is no concrete thing inside. Yeah. So that's the older version. The new version, when I check the Apache folder, this one not available. Okay, that means they move it out of it. So the current version, the newer version, yeah, current version or not, yeah, my version may not be most recent, yeah, but in recent years, yeah, whatever. So in my current version, I couldn't find the internal one. All right, I only see the parallel one. Okay, yeah, but it's not very important. Yeah, but it's not very important. The reason I spend a lot of time to talk about it, because this concept is very important. Yeah, very, very important. So I'm willing to spend a few more minutes to explain this concept. Yeah. So here, the reason it is pulled out of the Apache server, pulled out of it. All right. Why it is pulled out of it? For convenience. All right. For our programmers' convenience. Okay, yeah. So it is exposed to programmers directly. So you do not, so save you one click. Okay, otherwise you need to do one more click to get into Apache folder, then access this htdocs. So actually it's not a big difference. Yeah. But conceptually, here I'm talking about conceptually, we should treat this folder as a subfolder of Apache. It belongs to the root folder of the Apache server. It belongs to it. This htdocs folder, if you look at its original meaning, conceptually, it must belong to the root folder of the server. Yeah. Why? So here, let me talk about why this folder is so important, so critical for our web programmers. Yeah. So here, let me talk about the concept here. Yeah. Here, the concept we are talking about, we called document root. Document root concept. What's that? Document. So you see doc, right? So related to the document. Yeah. So what's that? All right. So here, I just explained the, basic meaning of this concept. Yeah. So here, what we are talking about in a web server. So this concept must be in the context of a web server. Yeah. In a web server, there must be. Yeah. I want to emphasize its importance. There must be. So let me just separate. Yeah. There must be a directory. Yeah. Folder directory. Yeah. That is used to hold all the resources. Here, let me use a general word, resources. Okay. What do you mean? What do you really mean, the resources, right? Yeah. So because it's a vague term. The resources, typically we mean folders and the files, right? Yeah, the resources. That is used to hold all the resources that are accessible to the outside users. Okay, so can you see, the basic meaning of this concept in the web browser? There must be, because people need to access. Yeah, so I don't want to go back too far, because people, you want to provide services. You use a web server, you provide services to outside users, right? But how do you provide services to outside users? So those users need to send a request first. User send requests to this server first. They need to, initiate communication, send requests to this server. So then this server return business data as services back to the users. So that's the general procedure. Okay, all right, yeah. But when the server sends business data back to the users, that means those users can access the business data, right? Yeah. So accessible, make certain resources, business data accessible by the outside users. Now, how to make all these resources accessible by outside users? because in your server computer, most of the files are not accessible, right? Yeah. So you want to protect all your file structures, stored on the hard disk of your server machine. You don't want to expose, all of them, right? Yeah, but you have to expose one special type of data on your server machine. That part we put in only one folder here, one special folder here, document root folder. Okay, so this folder is exposed to outside users. Yeah, so that's the reason it is so important. Okay, all right. So here I give you the concept, importance of this concept. Yeah. After that, then now you will see, okay, all of our web application projects. Yeah. We need to create many web projects. Okay. All our web application projects must be placed inside, let me, separate, inside, always this directory. All right, yeah, so, yeah. So then outside users can access, okay? Yeah, but the next question is, how do they access? Yeah, let me use this final small space to tell you how to access. Says, so what to access, right? Those files, resources. Yeah. How to access? Answer: through the URLs. Yeah. Those users, they only need to use a web browser to access the resources in this document root directory. Okay, for example, here, let me write, in our case, in our situation, we access http:// so on our own machine. Here we assume we start Apache server running on our machine. It's running http:// then localhost, right? Remember our host name, so we use a special host name, localhost. No port number because we use the default port number 80, so we do not need to specify it. All right? Yeah. Then / after it, then this location, remember / after, this location corresponds to htdocs directly. Okay. Yeah. That means after htdocs, if you have a folder inside, because in your htdocs, suppose you have a project 1, right? Yeah. Each project we use one folder. One folder can to hold everything related to one project. All right. So here, let's assume inside this folder, we create another folder called project 1. Project 1. How about that? Project 1. All right. So how to access project 1? All right. So you just type the folder name, project1 slash. Yeah, because project1, it's not a file. It is a folder. So the folder, after you type the folder, you still, at the end, you need to type a file name that you can access. Yeah. Here, I just use an example. Yeah. Because in a PHP project, the most frequently used initial file to be accessed, people call it index.php. Yeah. Index. Yeah. .php. So you type it directly here in a web browser, the URL bar, you hit enter, then you access this PHP file. That's the general way. Okay? All right. In the next video, when I show you our first PHP project, Hello World, I will explain that. So here in this video, we do the background explanation. Yeah. But the next one, we will work on the code. We will work on the PHP files. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here, that's the first part. Yeah. The second part, now I want to talk about the project structure. Well, after that, now let us work on the project, basic structure of the project. Yeah, because when we do development, we use an IDE, right? Yeah, here in this class, I recommend NetBeans. Okay, yeah, IDE. So we need to look at our project development environment. Oh, let me write, look at our environment of our project development. Okay, yeah, this part. Here, let me draw two parts. Yeah. Two parts, all right? Because we have client side and the server side. Okay, client side, server side. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And these two sides we do on the same machine. Yeah. Here I assume you use your PC or Mac machine, whatever. So your machine, your own machine. Yeah. Could be laptop, could be desktop. Okay, on the same machine. Okay. All right. Client side, here, typically a web browser. Okay, yeah. And basically, what you do this side, you type URLs to run your projects. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but here we know before we can run our project, so we need to make sure okay, yeah. One, Apache is running All right. Another MySQL, we know, database server is running. All right. Under that condition, we can do our project development. Yeah. At the beginning, so we may not use, at a few examples, we may not use the MySQL, but quickly, we will get to the MySQL. Yeah. All right. So the server side, now, here I use NetBeans as our IDE, Integrated Development Environment, IDE. Here, NetBeans. NetBeans, remember the PHP version, okay? Yeah. The PHP version. Yeah. If you use Java version, still, you need to get PHP version. Or there is a, overall version, containing both Java, PHP. Yeah. Also possible. Yeah. All right. So then inside NetBeans, we need to, when we start, we need to create a PHP project first. Yeah. In our next video, when I show you how to start our first PHP project, Hello World, you will see that. Yeah. In this one, I just, prepare you mentally ready for our first PHP project. Okay. So create a PHP project. The question is, where is it? Right? Because your project need to stored somewhere, right? Need to be stored somewhere. Okay? Yeah. Remember that htdocs concept, right? Yeah. So now you know why we talk about that concept, in quite some time. Example, htdocs here. Okay? One level higher. All right. So here you can type fewer strokes, right? That's the save you have. htdocs. All right. Then your project name, yeah. So that's the location under this one. Yeah. So we can treat this as the root of our project. So this is the root of all of our web projects. Okay? All right. So then you write a code. So after you create a project, all right, so you can, do the usual things. Yeah. I think you have some experience using IDE to develop some computer projects, right? Yeah. So you do the similar things. Yeah. So you create many other files, directories, subdirectories inside the structure under your project node. Yeah. So then at the end, when you run it, you can start run inside. Yeah. So you run the project. So run it inside the IDE. Okay, inside the IDE, but the IDE is connected to your web browser directly. So the IDE would call the web browser. Yeah, so IDE call the browser and run the file. Okay. All right. So that's the, typical way. All right. Yeah. Don't worry to see how these things work together. We will do in our third video of the sequence. Yeah, hello world. Yeah. So you will see everything. Yeah, I'm talking about here. All right. Yeah. So let me finish this preparation radio right here.